In the whispering dunes of a forgotten desert, knelt an old woman. Her weathered face etched with the wisdom of 1,000 suns. Her name was Zara, and for generations, people had sought her counsel on matters of love, loss, and the trickiest of all, forgiveness. One day, a young man named Samir arrived, his eyes burning with a familiar fire of resentment. "Zara," he choked, his voice hoarse, "they betrayed me. My own kin, they stole all I had." Zara listened patiently, the desert wind swirling sand around them. When Samir finished, she spoke, her voice a gentle breeze through the palms. "Samir, resentment is a heavy cloak that weighs you down, even in the hottest desert. It binds you to the one who wronged you, a chain forged from your own anger." Samir scoffed. "But how can I forgive? They took everything." Zara smiled, a flicker of knowing in her eyes. "Forgive," she said, "is not to say what they did was right. It is to understand that holding on to anger only hurts you. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a chance to let go of the burden they placed upon you." She reached into her tent and emerged with a small, smooth stone. "Imagine," she said, placing it in Samir's hand, "that your anger is like this stone. The heavier it gets, the more it weighs you down. Forgiveness is putting this stone down, choosing to walk a lighter path." Samir turned the stone over in his hand, the weight a physical manifestation of his rage. "But what of justice?" he asked. "Justice," Zara replied, her voice firm, "is a separate path. Pursue it if you must, but do not let it be tangled with forgiveness. Forgiveness is for your own peace, not theirs." Samir sat in contemplation, the desert sun beating down. He thought of his family, the laughter that once filled their home, now replaced by a hollow silence. He thought of the anger that had gnawed at him for so long, a constant companion. Slowly, he began to see it, the weight of the stone, the burden he had carried for so long. Forgiveness wasn't forgetting, he realized. It wasn't condoning their actions. It was choosing to let go, to free himself from the prison of his own resentment. With a deep breath, Samir placed the stone on the sand. It felt heavy at first, a tangible representation of all he was letting go of. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues, a strange lightness filled him. It wasn't happiness, not yet, but a sense of release, a newfound space to breathe. The journey of forgiveness, Zara explained, was rarely a straight path. There would be days of doubt, of anger returning like a sandstorm. But with each sunrise, he had a choice, to pick up the stone again, or to keep walking, lighter, towards a future where he, not his past, held the reins. As Samir left the desert, the weight of the stone a distant memory, he understood. Forgiveness wasn't about the other person. It was about him, about choosing peace over anger, and freedom over resentment. It was a gift, not to them, but to himself, the most precious gift of all.